We've been having a lot of competition since March. We have had some Hololive GT3 competition since Fuji, and now it comes down to round 4 of the Hololive GT3 Japan Series season of 20 to conclude the Split A season that comes with it. And first of all, we need to take a look into the track map here, Sepang circuit. Obviously, we've been racing at Sepang since 2022, and we have seen a Honda have a stronghold in this race. 4 races in, and we have 3 Honda wins with 1 Lexus win. But the Nissans are actually getting pretty good there compared to 2022, so don't count out on them for success. Anyways, 5.5 kilometers of racetrack, 15 corners of Sepang, 46 laps of racing for a total of about 250 kilometers minimum. We're looking at a target lap time of 2:05.906. We don't expect this target lap time to be broken just yet. But anyways, the split season finale. Obviously, it's the decider round to decide who's going to be winning the Split A title. It's also a former F1 and Super GT circuit. And we also have 9 Split Championship contenders, 4 of which will be competing tonight in Split A. First of all, before we get into the championship order here for the Split A, let's take a look into the new drivers coming into the series. Hector Bembe coming in from the International Series. Now races for Kazama Iroha in the number 16 ride, replacing Gruffin Wheatley. Zach Champagne is currently in the number 57 Amane Kanataka, replacing Mika Margic in the number 57, and Maverick Ill replaces Shishiro Botan in the Maverick Ill replaces Kento Kai in the number 43 Shishiro Botan Lexus. With that out of the way, let's take a look into the championship order here, in particular Split A. We did mention at the Twitter account Adak-RMS, we've been hyping it up for all this time. We are talking about the 4 championship contenders here. We're going to be starting off with Callum Gibbens in the Roboco car. 525 points clear of the 0 points. He has a good margin over Daniel Bauer and Shazren Redza at the same time. He just needs a 3rd or better for him to secure the title. Any lower than that and finishes don't go his way, the championship might not be his. Daniel Bauer and Shazren Redza know they can win this race. And hope that Callum Gibbons finishes 4th or lower, and either Daniel Bauer or Shazren Redza beat each other in terms of finishing positions. But Daniel Bauer has a 3-point cushion over Shazren Redza, so if both of them finish low, Daniel Bauer could easily finish 14th. Shazren Redza could still finish 14th, and Daniel Bauer finishing 15th, and Daniel Bauer will still win the championship. That is, it is assuming Callum Gibbons doesn't score any points. Oh yeah, I just realized that's not enough. But anyways, the point is that Daniel Bauer and Shazren Redza need to work their way into a win and hope that Callum Gibbons finishes 4th or lower to have a shot. John Mead is the longest shot of them all, because right now if we're looking at John Mead, he is currently 4th in the standings here, and he is literally, how do we put this, in a must-win scenario. speaking of a must-win scenario, he has to hope that Callum Gibbens finishes 11th or lower, and both Shazren Redza and Daniel Bauer finish 5th or lower. And obviously, we have some of the new drivers showing out here at the moment. We have Hector Bembe in the field. We have Kento Kai and Zach Champagne in the field. But right now, we're also going to be we're mainly going to be talking about Hector Bembe. Hector Bembe is a known quantity in Hololive GT3 today. He has won the Yen Class Championship with Takanashi Kiara. Now he's going to have a new challenge representing Kazama Iroha. So obviously here stands up to Motegi. Let's say you can take a look into the standings here. You may pause it if you want to go for it, because we're going to go straight over into qualifying. We're going to go straight over to qualifying. We apologize if there are some background audio. It's pretty unavoidable at this point. So anyways, we're getting into the qualifying session underway. The final qualifying session of the Hololive GT3 Japan Series Split A season. I'm Shazren Redza in the commentary booth, and here we get to see the drivers finally coming out on track. And there's a problem with Shazren Redza, who just has a problem coming out of the pit. There's something absolutely wrong with the car at the moment, but for now, I think he might just be able to reverse back. So, excuse me. So anyways, we're back into this one. He has basically reset the car to the position that he was in. So... okay, he finally... oh dear. Yup, there has been a problem. There has been a problem. He's gone haywire. He's gone haywire. We're gonna need to check if we can restart this session here. Hopefully the issue can be resolved, because that is a bit wild. So, restart of the session is currently underway. Oh... excuse me, hang on. Okay, there has been a problem. There is a problem on some end. Okay, we have some problem in our end. We're going to... apologies for the background audio and a bit of an issue with some of the driving here at the moment. We're gonna restart the session once again. So anyways, we're back at Sepang, and this time everyone is able to get out safely. And here we see Shazren Redza finally getting out on track. And here we see Shazren Redza finally getting his grips up. He's now on track. A bit of an info on the commentary front. We're still waiting for Dan Evans, Vista Zeta driver in the ARO, to join us in the commentary booth. But right now, his status is currently unconfirmed, so let's just hope that he can make it to the booth. So anyways, we have this final Split A qualifying session underway for Hololive GT3. And you can see here that Shazren Redza, as we mentioned before, he needs a win and hope that Callum Gibbens finishes 4th or lower for him to win the Split A championship. Obviously, he has come quite close in 2022, but so close yet so far for Shazren Redza, as the results didn't go his way, and he had a penalty in 2022, so obviously it hurts. But for Callum Gibbens, let's share you a bit of a, how do we say this? A backstory for Gibbens. He has a pretty interesting story coming into this Split A season finale. He did represent Roboco in this, but of course he needed a win, and he was in second by the time the final round came, and he PS3 Farakamal in the Yukan Alami car, being inside being already retired, and obviously not being able to score points. Gibbens needed to win that race, and up front, Fumi actually beat Gibbens in the pits. And because Fumi didn't play the team game and blocked Callum Gibbens, essentially giving him no chance to win the Split B championship, the Split B title 2022 goes to Putri Farah Kamal. So Gibbens has been feeling a bit salty about that ever since, but he has a chance to redeem it come tonight. Shazren Redza coming out of the final corner here to start a lap here in Sepang. Exiting turn 15 here, nearly 1 kilometer straight awaits him as we get through the line. Look at the 150 meter board to brake right about now into turn 1, downshift into second gear, into turns 1 and 2. Hold on into fourth gear, that's the game for Shazren Redza. Get that turn in possible here, and then into turn 3 here. We don't think there will be a lifting of the throttle here as he navigates it pretty well here. Tires are pretty warmed up. 100 meter board into turn 4. 31.24 in the first sector here, looking pretty decent. Into the fast S, turns 5 and 6. Hanging around in fourth gear, he looks to try to downshift into third gear if he needs to. Right now he doesn't think he needs to downshift to third gear to bring as much speed as possible. In turn 6, and now into the double apex right hand corner of turn 7 and 8. And right now he's looking very fine and dandy indeed. And coming into turn 9, just brake at the excess road there on the right. Turn 9, slowest corner in the circuit. Watch out for the bump here as it's heavily cambered, and you might be able to spin out your car if you're not careful. Coming to the sector, the timing being here, 116.654 in the second sector. Down the second, you also want to take a cautious look into entry of turn 11, now into turn 12, lift into turn 12. Here's a tricky braking zone into turn 13, turn 14. It just closes up and it tightens up, but you need a good exit off of turn 14 because you have a long 900 meter straight awaiting you. And now it can stretch its legs a bit. Coming into the final corner, you can see front lefts are absolutely being tortured at the moment. Access road, 100 meter board, coming into the final corner. Hang on into second gear for that turn in. First lap times coming in from Fabio Mendes, 2:07.228. While Shazren Redza can muster a 2:06.658. Obviously, there's going to be improvements for him as he tries to find his way into the front. Haato in the number 20 Shazren Redza, and this is his first virtual home race here. Obviously, there is no Indonesian race in the Japan Series, and Sepang's closest to Indonesia. And Haato puts his car 3/10 off of Shazren Redza's time, and now Daniel Bauer with an amazing response, 2:05.472, 1.1 seconds off of Shazren Redza. Will there be a response? We aren't lying when we say that Lexus cars are showing up here to disrupt the Honda stranglehold, because right now the top two on the front row are currently occupied by Lexus cars. Daniel Bauer, number 66, Jose Ramel Lexus, with the Rim Olgo not far behind in the number 48 Ozoros Bar Lexus. Shazren Redza knows he's got work to do. He has to really stretch his legs here. He hasn't won in 2023 yet. His last win was in the Fuji postseason race in 2022 last November. And right now Shazren Redza is looking not so handsome because he's 8/10 down on that second sector. And now we look at Hofumi. When we talk about the Nissans performing very well here, look at Fumi with a very good lap time. Bomb Shazren Redza down. And now the Lexus stronghold continues. Third place goes to Raja Kaczynski. A surprising fact, Callum Gibbens is currently behind John Mead. John Mead is slower than Callum Gibbens by any means, and there's no blue flag rules in the Assetto Corsa, and so that means John Mead is actually trying to sabotage Callum Gibbons' run in this qualifying session, prevent him from qualifying further up to make sure his Honda teammate manages to get up there and have an almost uninterrupted race. But currently it's a bit irrelevant because Daniel Bauer is in pole position at the moment. And by pole position, I mean provisional pole position, as he currently is nearly a second off of, nearly a second faster than all the drivers. So crazy stuff here. John Mead finally gets cleared by Callum Gibbons. Anyways, let's take a look back into the current state of affairs for the other drivers. Hector Bembe not having the best of laps here for the Kazama Iroha representative, well, newly appointed Kazama Iroha representative. He is currently 5.2 seconds off of the pole time. And right now, he's not looking very good here. Currently behind him is Fabio Mendes. Mendes is now looking to make a pass. Side by side with his fellow Hololive teammate. Let's see if he manages to clear. The answer is no. Bembe is just trying his best to go around. Currently, as of as far as title permutations go, Daniel Bauer is going to be your Split A championship winner if he stays up front. And now Callum Gibbons being finally free of John Mead. He now currently sits 11th. So anyways, we're going to do a slight intermission for a while to sort out the kinks here, as we would like to reconfirm to you Kaczynski is in third place, one of the 3 Lexus cars inside the top 3 positions. Olgor is in second, looking for the Ozores Lexus's 4th winner, and Daniel Bauer looking to win the Split A championship. Michael Turner currently in the 16th position, down by 0.2 of a second to Miyamoto, and also in the Lexus. Salman is not having a favorable moment here. Bembe is seeing improvements, but he's still around 4 seconds behind John Mead, who is currently nowhere. If he doesn't pick up the pace, then I think that's his championship over, because right now, in terms of passing, it is quite easy, but you need to be in the right position at the right time for him to, you know, get some position. But right now, Mead is currently in 17th, and it's not looking good for him. Hopefully, an amazing qualifying session for his standards at the moment. He's currently 4th. After having a basically not exactly a lame duck season, but he has a slump. After winning the 2022 Japan Series postseason, he's currently down in the bottom 5 of the overall championship. He's currently in the bottom ranges of Split A. In Hololive GT3 in particular, it hasn't been a very good title defense for him, but to see him in 4th place should be a good sight to see, as long as he doesn't mess up the strategy. Unfortunately, Motegi happened at one time, so he cannot forget that happened. Meanwhile, Callum Gibbons move over Daniel Bauer. Callum Gibbons is now in a position to steal the Split A title, currently putting his car in the lead in Hololive GT3's Split A finale qualifying session at Sepang with 205.282. He's showing Daniel Bauer who's boss. As it stands, it might just be a 2-horse race. There are 4 Lexus cars inside the top 4. Michael Turner improves his position. He's currently up to 14th place. Salman finally coming into the pits to see if he can get his car serviced. And really, again, with a good run here in that Sakamata Koi Honda, he's looking very good there in that ride. I mean, currently 8th. He did finish 4th last time out. Fumi still having that damaged front end here, trying to find ways to get up in front of the opposition here, and he's currently sitting 5th. And Shazren Redza currently sitting 6th here. He's only 1/10 down on Gibbons' time, but well, crucially for him, he has Rim Olgar in front of him. He's actually on an out lap, so his tires aren't exactly at the warmest. So if Shazren Redza can't clear, can actually manage to gap to Olgar effectively, he might not be able to get an improvement on this lap time. Shazren Redza on what should be one of the laps of his career, because he is looking to get up into a position of medicine. Right now, he's not in that position at the moment. Rim Olgor, I think, is actually hindering Shazren Redza's progress just a bit. 9/10 off of the pole time, and right now Shazren Redza's not looking to be in a favorable position. If he wants to clear Rim Olgor, he's got to do it now. But I think Olgor now has the pace back, and let's see if this means something for Olgor to probably get himself into the front row. Into the final corner, and there will be no improvement for Shazren Redza as far as lap times go. 1.4 seconds off of that pole time, that previous lap. No improvements yet. He probably needs at least a few tenths, but right now you can see here that Olgor isn't really doing Shazren Redza any favors, and right now Shazren, he thinks that he wants to get himself cleared off of the back of Olgor, but right now the difference between the two quite staggering. You can see here Shazren Redza is actually nearing the best time in sector 1 there. Isakaraji Mikalev now up to 13th place, and Sakura Miko Honda, great stuff from him to get his car into the potential points position. We're looking at Shazren Redza here. He's still being somewhat blocked there by Olgor. Olgor also being a Lexus driver, he's gonna try to make the Lexus drivers his job easy. Right now the job for Olgor is to try to really impede Shazren Redza's progress as much as he can, and as you can see here, 1.2 seconds off. Really not doing Shazren Redza any favors here. They may be partners in terms of the VTuber combination Suba Luna, but on this race, one of them has the Split A championship on the line, and one of them has their teammates who have the Split A championship on the line. And currently, Olgor are currently helping their his Lexus teammates, while Shazren Redza is left scratching his head. Let's see if Shazren Redza can complete this lap before the timer runs out, so that he might just have one more shot, but I don't think there's gonna be enough time. That's it. That's it. That's basically the qualifying session for Shazren Redza. He will qualify no higher than 6. Oh my god, this has not been a very good opportunity for Shazren Redza here, as we're gonna take a short break here because hang on. Apologies here because we are in a very busy environment. This is literally the only other place with good Wi-Fi here, so apologies if we have to hear some background audio again. Rim Olgor actually wasn't able to cross the line here, so I think that's his session over. There's only like 6 cars left to cross the line here. Let's look at the last guy first. And wait. Yes, Rim Olgor actually did cross the line. He did actually block Shazren Redza just in time for him to not set another lap. And right now, we're looking into some of the drivers that might be able to improve their lap time. Jean Mead's currently in last place. And Jean Mead decides that enough is enough. He's not going to take any further part in this end of qualifying sessions, where Salman is going to finish his run soon with not much improvements on his side. 4 cars have yet to cross the line, make that 3. That is Kaminari Reba, Fabio Mendes, and Rim Olgor. And right now, they might not be in a position to challenge Shazren Redza, so I think that should be the qualifying session settled. And Roboco says enough is enough. There will be no further improvement to the qualifying times as the qualifying session comes to a close for the final Split A qualifying session for the split races. And you have your pole sitter, Callum Gibbens, in the number 64 Lexus. It's been a very interesting qualifying session here at the moment here as we'll take a look into the starting lineup here for the Sepang 500 race, 500 Split A race here in Hololive GT3. Callum Gibbens now sits in pole position, in the best position possible for Gibbens to win the Split A title for Roboco. Daniel Bauer for Jose Ramel currently sits second for, Jose Ramel in second place, only 0.2 of a second behind. Rim Olgo third place, looking for the Ozar's Bar Alexis' fourth winner in the ARO. And right now, Rim Olgo sits third, only 1.1 seconds. As we mentioned, the front row is in a league of their own. Everyone is at least a second slower than the front two. Anyways, Raji Kaczynski with another good performance. He sits fourth place in the Yuzuki Choco Lexus. For me, in the Tokinosora, Nissan is the fastest Nissan here at the moment. Has a lot of surprises here. Let's see if he can have a very good start here this time by. Shazren Redza, first Honda in the field. He needs to win and hope that Callum Gibbons finishes fourth or lower and finish ahead of Daniel Bauer to win the Split A championship. And right now, it's looking to be a difficult task. Well, he's going to give it a try anyways. Crystal Salman for ASCII in the number 12 Honda is currently in the number... He's in the number 12 ASCII Honda in 7th position here, 1.3 seconds behind. Ri Liu in the Sakamata Koi Honda, also looking very well in his home race. He currently qualifies 8th. It's a Nissan 9 and 10 with Robert Kurwisha and Kamina River representing Takane Louis and Omar Polka respectively. Paul Sarto is in 11th place for Shiranori Flair, and Isakaji Mikalev starts 12th for Sakuramiko. Fabi Mendes and Suri Kayama, both Hololive members here. Mendes representing Hakui Koyori and Suri Kayama for Label's Darkness. Michael Turner and Makoto Miyamoto make up the final two Lexus cars, currently in 15th and 16th. They are the last two Lexus cars in the field. Hector Bembe 17th place in his Hololive GT3 Japan Series debut. And then John Mead is not looking in menacing position to try to win the Split A title as he currently looks to qualify last. What are my thoughts before this race? Let's just hope that we have a clean race at the moment. No weird AI shenanigans here as we're about to get this final race of the Split A Hololive GT3 season underway. A lot on the line. The front row in particular. Let's see how it affects the race outlook. We have our lights here at the moment. 5 red lights in Sepang, 6 red lights shown. It's the final race of the Split A season in Hololive GT3. The Sepang 500 finally gets underway. Oh, you can see here, Fumi actually tries to push Shazren Redza off, but looking at Callum Gibbons, he has had a very amazing start here. And right now, we have all the 18 cars coming into turn 1. And right now, Callum Gibbons holds on to the race lead. Rim Olgo is looking for a chance to pass Daniel Bauer here. Will there be contact at the start? There's some rubbing of the body parts here at the moment. You can see here, Salman actually beats both Fumi and Shazren Redza off the line here. He now gets up to 5th. And you can see here a lot of positions gained, especially for Michael Turner. He has gained a lot of positions at the race start. Callum Gibbons is currently leading this race. Daniel Bauer 2nd. Rim Olgo 3rd. Kaczynski 4th. Crystal Salman currently sits 5th place. Fumi 6th. Shazren Redza down in 7th. Not looking good for one of the championship contenders. Ri Liu 8th. Kurwisha 9th. And Michael Turner rounding out the top 10. Not a good looking scenario for Shazren Redza as he's dropped 2 positions at the start. Not looking very well. You can see here Miyamoto and Haato going side by side. It is a battle of the Bakatari members here. And now it's a Flare car going up ahead. But look at the Miko car who is looking to beat the Watame ride. And Mikola tries to steal 3 more points away from Miyamoto, as you can see here. Oh, you can see here, Mikolev actually dip onto the curbs too much, and I think that's gonna be the end of the race for him. We've seen a lot of drivers making mistakes here, pushing too much at turn 11 here, dipping your left side tires into basically the off-limit portions of the track and spinning out, and that's Isakaji Mikolev's race over. Commiserations for the Sakura Miko team, as it's been official. He has now finally retired from this race, and now you can see here the Gen 1 battles. Sorry, the Gen 0 battles are getting very spicy here. Fumi have now stolen a position away from Salaman, and right now with the superior straight line speed in that Nissan, he's gonna try to steal maybe a position away from Kaczynski. Can he be able to do so? He might be able to say yes. Fumi steals away 4 from Kaczynski, and he might just be able to steal third as well in what should be a double overtaking move. Outside at turn 2 might just be the inside line at turn 3, and right now Fumi is having an amazing run. He was 6th at the end of the first lap, and now on lap 2 Fumi is now up to 3rd. Isakaji Mikolev is currently ruining this mistake here, going off wide of the curbs here, losing control of the car, and it has been confirmed as well. Mikolev will be DNFing, has been a DNF in this race, so commiserations again for the Sakura Miko team. But anyways, Callum Gibbons is already pulling away from Daniel Bauer here. 1 second already between himself and Bauer. You can see here Michael Turner, again, he's got a very good race pace here, managing to steal a lot of positions at the start. Especially looking into the progress chart here, at the moment Michael Turner have gained 5 spots from the start. He started 15th. Looking at the gaps to the leader here, you can see here Fumi are currently looking to have his eye on Gibbons and Bauer, and that's what Callum Gibbons, this position is all he needs to steal away, or rather secure, the Split A title. And now Crystal Salaman looking for a top 4 position here. As you can see here, Salaman is looking to put Olgor under pressure. He's going to try to put the Subaru Lexus up to 5th. Piaski Honda coming into the inside line. Cal Gibbons with the fastest lap, 2:06.314. Salaman now looks to have an edge over Olgor. And you can see here more side-by-side battles here. It's looking to be nearly 3 wide here at the back, because right now we're looking at John Mead taking 14th place. And Shazren Redza is looking to get his hands into the mix, because right now Shazren Redza, contact between himself and Kaczynski. Lexus's race pace hasn't been at their best for some of these drivers, but for Gibbons and Bauer, they are currently in a battle of their own. These two are currently embroiled in a massive title battle, and right now it's in Gibbons' favor. 3rd or better means Gibbons will secure the title regardless of where everyone else will finish. Daniel Bauer slowly having his sights lost on Gibbons, as he's literally pulling away from the rest of the pack. Literally one of the best drivers in Hololive GT3 that we've seen at the moment. Pro class in one of the other leagues, and obviously it also translates here in Hololive GT3. Currently, the RoboStas is best driver at the moment. Michael Turner tries to continue his jump up into into the top positions here after starting 15. Michael Turner currently in 10th place here, looking to find a spot against Croatia in 9th. Shazren Redza obviously looking for a chance past Olgor here. He has already passed Kaczynski. It's literally a mission possible for Shazren Redza. As you can see here, he's not going to try to put a challenge on his fellow teammate in the sense of Suba Luna. Shazren Redza finally coming into the inside line to steal a spot, and that is a spot inside the top 5. Gibbons still have the fastest lap of the race now with a 2:06.299. And now his eyes are set inside the top 3 and maybe a win. this is assuming that Gibbens have had some issues, and right now Shazren is hoping that he might be able to get into things. Funnily enough, Hector Bembe made his debut at Sepang, where he has had some pretty decent performances, finishing in second place, or was that third place in his second race at Sepang. But that was in a Lexus, and right now he's trying to adjust with the Nissan, with the new driving style for Kazuma Iroha, for the representation of Kazuma Iroha. It's not looking very well, but at least he's on the track. In terms of where else in the championship, Salomon might just be able to still secure 5th in the Split A championship, or maybe just be able to overtake Mead for 4th in the Split A championship, and look to find himself inside the top 10 in the overall Split championship. Oh, and we forgot to show you about this. How do we not show you this one? Anyways, if you want to see the trophies for the Hololive GT3 Japan Series for the 2023 season, there have been some changes. And meanwhile, Michael Turner tries to make a move against Roboco Wishad here. I think it's right about... hang on, we're just gonna need to get into some of the studio mode here. Anyways, let's take a look back into some of the other few battles here as we adjust the settings. Oh, you can see here that Michael Turner have already orchestrated his move for quite some time here. Now you can see here down the inside line. And gets the move done. Great stuff there from the Australian as he now jumps up to 9th in an amazing display of race pace. Meanwhile, Mendes is looking to find an overtake for against his fellow Hololive teammate. But now you can see here Croatia trying to fight back into the inside, and now you can see here that Michael Turner might just have to be shuffled off wide, but I don't think there's going to be much of an issue for him. Now there's going to be much of a problem here between Croatia and Mendes, and now you can see Juan Haato is now also joining in the mix as well. You want to talk about trophies? Let's talk about trophies. Here it is, the Split A Champion trophy here for the Split A Championship. Obviously there has been some differences, but we're going to need to take a look into this tomorrow to see who is going to be what is going to be the appearance for the Split B trophy. But anyways, here's the Split A trophy here. It will be given to whoever wins the Split A Championship. It looks like Callum Gibbons is looking to be the favorite driver in the mix. Kaminari Reba and is currently behind what should be a drawing battle between Mead and Kayumov here. Bembe still stuck in 17th here, but look at this battle here. Mead tries to defend 13th place, but now Kayumov having a pretty good outside to the inside line here. And now Mead, is he going to try to be aggressive here? The answer is going to be no, just yet. And right now Mead is currently in down to 15th place on the last points main positions. Salomon and Shazren Redza are currently at it once again. You can see here Gibbons sets fastest lap after fastest lap. But look at Daniel Bauer. Daniel Bauer is now just faster than Cal Gibbons by just a thousandth of a second. That just shows that nothing is separating between the two. Well, not much has been separating between the two. But right now Salomon is looking to be under pressure for Shazren Redza as he now tries to get close to his newly appointed Honda teammate. As we mentioned here, as he has switched has switched idle outfit types, at least for her origin uniform, from a black vest top to a white corset top, and that necessitates a change from Nissan to Honda. And now Shazren Redza looking to pass his newly appointed teammate. It's not going to be easy. If you remember what happened in Fuji, oh, it's been very ugly. It has been very ugly for Shazren Redza and Salomon. Salomon obviously not playing the team game, holding Shazren Redza up on what should have been Shazren Redza's chance at a win. Obviously, he had to be dropped down to 3rd place at the end due to worn out tires. The undercut strategy just didn't work out for Shazren due to a rogue teammate. But right now, Shazren is looking for an opportunity to get past Salman. Again, Salman's not doing Shazren any favors. Bauer losing touch to Gibbens there as we're approaching into the 1/5 stage of this race. We're about to reach 20% race distance. Well, Shazren Redza, I think, are having a good exit off of turn 14. It's going to be pretty close here, but it looks like Shazren Redza is pretty close. But again, he uses the slipstream to his advantage. Can get pretty close here, but is it going to be close enough for a dive bomb down the inside? The answer is no. Gets close, but I don't think he's going to be... it gets close, but I think he gets too close here. He's going to lose touch at that main straight. Not looking good for Shazren Redza as he really wants this win to try to secure the Split A title for him or Luna. How is pit strategy? Some people might ask, and right now it's a bit unknown, but it looks like people might just be looking for a mid-race pitting session like that in the middle, like around lap 23, something like that. That's going to be the target of some of these drivers for in terms of like the pit strategy. And as for Shazren Redza, he has seen some strategic masterclass, especially in Formula Hololive. Pit early when everyone else pits later, and obviously that has gained dividends in him. He has won 2 races in Formula Hololive, but right now he's currently winless in Hololive GT3. Let us know in the comments here for anyone's watching this stream. I hope everyone is enjoying this amazing race here in Sepang. It's the Sepang 500 finale for the split season. Speaking of Daniel Bauer, Bauer is actually closing in on Gibbens there on that last lap. You can see here, his previous lap was a 2:05.969, fastest lap of the race so far, and the gap was around 1.8 seconds, and now gap is now at 1.6. So the race is on for Bauer to maybe steal something from Gibbens. Hope everyone's also enjoying the Hololive team sponsorship boards here at the moment. It has seen some changes from 2022, in particular Hololive City and the upcoming Summer Live, the Splash Party logo here, as you can see here. We're going to talk more about the Splash Party thing later on, but for now, the focus is on Hololive GT3. Shazren Redza is still being held up by Salman. Not looking good for one of the title protagonists. Not a good enough exit for him, as he's currently still stuck in what should be limbo. They're both matching each other stride for stride, but that's mostly because Salman has put us up quite the defense. Literally nothing, not what Shazren Redza is wanting. Meanwhile, we have repassed Kayumov, but Kayumov will have the advantage on the street, and that actually brings Miyamoto back into the mix. We have a Nissan 11, 12, 13 at the moment. Now Kayumov might just be able to steal position back to Mead, but right now Mead is looking for a shot. Oh, I think there's contact here between the two because Kayumov actually got a bit looser. Now he's under pressure. Now she's under pressure from Miyamoto. Miyamoto's gonna hang it around the outside to see if she can find a spot against the Lapless Darkness Nissan. Good, pretty decent exit off of turn 3, coming into turn 4. The costly error costing Kayumov 14th place. Mead gets up to 14th. But meanwhile, Shazren Redza, the ASCII Honda, is still a thorn on his side again. Crazy for Shazren Redza. He really wants Salman to let him pass. Think about the championship. Salman's thinking otherwise. He's seeing a repeat of Fuji 2023 unfold before his eyes. Meanwhile, there's a Nissan battle between Kurisha and Haato. Down the inside. Anyways, Daniel Bauer again puts up a pretty decent lap here, 5 seconds faster than Count Gibbons, really showing his potential to really try to win when it matters, but right now it's currently irrelevant because Gibbons is currently in second place. Gibbons needs to be outside the podium positions if Gibbons wants to, Bauer wants to have a chance of beating Gibbons to the Split A title. And right now the Nissan battle is getting very feisty here. Mead is about to be overtaken once again by Kayumov, and you can see here Haato with a good defense here against Croatia. Kaczynski against Olgor side by side. There are literally 3 side by side battles. You can see here there's contact between Olgor and Kaczynski, and now that spin, that half spin from Olgor have resulted in Relio stealing 7th place. And now you can see more side by side battles between Croatia and Redza. You can see here there's contact between the Nissans. There's contact between Croatia and Redza. Croatia was on the inside of turn 2. I don't think Redza have given too much space. That's what Croatia have thought, but Redza is now currently up to 12th. Oh, you can see here, looking at Daniel Bauer, he has definitely caught up with Cal Gibbons here. The 2 championship protagonists are going to be added between each other. Who's going to be, at the end of it, who's going to be winning the trophy come the end of this race? We'll have to wait and see, because right now Bauer is now right on the heels, hot on the heels of Cal Gibbons. And right now, who's going to be winning this race? We'll have to wait and see. Rim Olgor trying to find a way past Relio after that feisty battle between Kaczynski that resulted in him losing a good amount of positions. Olgor now down in 8th. Currently, the battle is as follows. Olgor's currently in 8th place here, looking to find a spot against Relio. Shazren Redza is still trying to find a way past Salvaman, but Salvaman is still being stubborn. Shazren Redza, he really does not want another ASCII Honda in front of him if he wants to have a shot at winning the Split A title. And right now, for one of the Hondas in this championship battle, Shazren Redza might not be at the end of this. Bauer currently in 2nd place now, looking to find a way past Gibbons. For a nighttime session here in Malaysia, it's actually still quite the temperate climate here. 27 degrees is the ambient temperatures, so tire temperatures can be a bit hot. So obviously tires warm up pretty quickly, and in this case, you might want to think of the undercut strategy. Have a good warm-up lap, a very simple warm-up lap here, pit early while everyone else is struggling with their tires, and try to beat them by you know, race pace and all that stuff. But looking at the gaps between Bauer and Gibbons, they've definitely opened up nearly 20 seconds for both Salman and Shazren Redza. Not a good sight. And now Kaczynski's into the mix as well. Shazren Redza looking for a way past Salman again, still stuck behind that number 12 ASCII Honda. Will there be any pit cycles coming into the mid stages of this race? Right now, everyone is still outside of it. Salman still keeping Shazren Redza at bay, much to the dismay of the number 31 Honda driver. Bauer is now lost touch with Gibbens again. Look at the gap. It's now 1.1 seconds. Definitely lost a good amount of time there between himself and Gibbens. Croatia in the battle of Nissans here. You can see here Miyamoto and Mead side-by-side battle. That's going to push Mead off of the points at this rate if Mead doesn't put a fight back. But due to the straight line advantage of the Honda, he might just be able to defend 15 points from Miyamoto. Hanging around the outside, says Miyamoto. Mead says, I'm hanging around the inside. Mead with a very good defense into the first two corners. He hangs on to the final points position. Daniel Bauer currently in second place, looking to find a way past Gibbens, but right now it's not forthcoming. Shazren Redza looking for a way past Salman again. Salman not doing much cooperation, unfortunately. We're coming into the 25% distance here in Sepang, in the Sepang 500 Split A race, the final Split A race of Hololive GT3 for 2023. After this, we'll be going on to the final 4 races of the season, where we'll do a knockout style format. The format, of course, we're going to be explaining in detail later. And now Olber's going to steal 7th place back from Leo with a very good move outside. In turn 13 and 14, we mentioned that it's a pretty difficult corner to pull off. And now we have Kaczynski against Shazren Redza. The Yuzuki Chocolex is putting up a great amount of fight against the Himori Luna Honda. And right now, the Luna Honda are currently steadfast in their battle. And looking into the pit stop prospect for Shazren Redza, he might be inclined to pit somewhere down on the next 4 to 5 laps. He might be thinking, yes, you know what, we're going to think of an undercut strategy, try to beat Gibbens and Bauer due to pit strategy. It's worked before in Formula Hololive, there's no reason it can't work in Hololive GT3. If you're a viewer watching this race with full intent and with full excitement, knowing that any of these 4 drivers can win the Split 8 championship, let us know in the chat box, let us know in the chat room, let us know what you think of this race so far. We're going to take a short break here. Once lap 13 begins, we're going to be resuming our commentary. Lap 13 begins here in Sepang. The Sepang 500 Split A race continues with Cal Gibbons bossing this round. But now there's another battle here between me and Miyamoto for the final points positions. Have we seen the Hachama and Watame cars battle out side by side? We haven't been seeing much. But knowing these 2 cars as backgrounds, we have to be sure that both Akai Haato and Tsunomaki Watame are rooting these cars to beat each other at least, if not winning races outright. And right now, these 2 are doing just that. The 3 versus the 81, what a great battle. Sutters are still stuck behind Salman, but he doesn't need to worry too much. He will be looking to pit somewhere down around the next 2 or 3 laps. That's what the other drivers are also thinking. Bauer and Haato still pretty lonely there in 11th place here. It's stuck between around 3 to 8 seconds behind the drivers in front and back. Again, let us know in the comments section what you think of the current race so far. Current update between Gibbens and Bauer. The gap have literally opened up. Gibbens, no letting up from this man. He is currently driving a near flawless race here in Sepang for him to secure what should be the title for Roboco. Well, at least a split A title, because right now Daniel Bauer is also not far behind. Fumi third place for Tokino Sora. It's been a forgettable first half of the season for him. After winning the 2022 championship, the 2022 postseason, he started off with a crash, a spin out at the Sepang, could not restart the car. Poor finish in Tsukuba, and also botched strategy call at Mutegi really didn't do him enough favors. Anyways, there has been a battle between 13th to 16th here, and now Bem is looking to get into the mix. Some people are gonna ask, what about the prospect of lap cars? And now we have confirmation that we have the first pit lane activity of the night. Shazren Redza from 5th place. He said, okay, oh, Salman, I've had enough of your shenanigans. I'm coming into the pits. I'm gonna do this undercut strategy. Redza looking to pit, looking to have this pit stop for quite some time here to fuel his car until the end of this race. And right now, Haato is currently barreling down the main straight as coming arriba. He's now exited the final corner. Shazren Redza is still, I think, stuck here. Yes, he has gone out. He is currently exiting the pit lane, but he has to be wary of the drivers in front. Can he edge ahead of at least Kurwisha? The answer is going to be no. He's going to be overtaken by both Kayumov, Mead, Miyamoto. It might just come too early for Shazren Redza, because right now we are looking into a situation where both me and Miyamoto are currently battling between each other. And right now, Shazren Redza is currently hot on the heels between the drivers who have yet to pit. The pit stop delta have not been very forgiving for Shazren Redza here at the moment. Something has definitely gone wrong for the strategy call. But meanwhile, me and Miyamoto keep trading blows. And Mead has to back off. Miyamoto still 14th place. Shazren Redza now has to hope that he can pass these cars with ease if he wants to make sure that undercut strategy can work. And right now Miyamoto's looking for a way past Kayumov. Miyamoto on the inside line of turn 7 and 8 pushes Kayumov off wide, and that's going to put her under pressure from Mead. Relio overtaken by Michael Turner again at turns 13 and 14, and a great move around the outside there from Michael Turner, the Australian. Shazren Redza coming dangerously close to the pack in front of him. That's not really what Shazren Redza wants, but what Shazren Redza wants is clean air in front of him to perform that undercut strategy pretty well here. And right now Shazren Redza exiting turns 13 and 14. Will he make a move against Mead? Oh, he's got a pretty decent exit here. He might just be able to pull off an overtake against Mead and maybe against Kayumov and Miyamoto. But alas, he's gone way too close. But look at Kayumov down the inside of Miyamoto once again, and that might open the door for Shazren Redza to steal position or two. To Shazren, he really wants these drivers to move out of the way. He's already had to deal with enough cars in front of him. Looking to be a case of desperation here for Shazren Redza. We're not going to be surprised if Shazren might want to try some desperate tactics to get himself up front. If you know anything about Himemori Luna would just drive her car into the wall in order to try to gain some advantage. But that's mostly just because Luna is not too experienced with car racing games. And Shazren Redza kind of shares that sentiment, but again, really wants to get close to me. He might just be able to make a move down the inside, but he's not close enough. Salman gets overtaken by Rim Olgor. He now just shuffled down to 6th place, but right now it could be a 3-wide battle for 4th place. Shazren is still looking for space against Mead. Miyamoto and Kayama trade blows again. This time Miyamoto's at the 13th place. Kazuki now coming into the pits, the second driver to come into the pit lane. Shazren Redza is currently being held up. He thinks he needs to try to get the move done on the outside perfectly and flawlessly. Can this be done? Can he have a good exit off of turn 14? Has to shuffle off of the outside line. Has to be shuffled off wide. That's not going to do Shazren Redza any favors. And now it's looking to be a case of bad to worse. Mead not doing Shazren Redza any favors. He's currently at risk of being overtaken by Hector Bembe in that Kazumai Roha Nissan. Shazren Redza now being behind at the moment and looking to be outrun by the Kazumai Roha Nissan. It's a case of not close enough for Shazren Redza. He's now dropped down to essentially last place. This is not what Shazren Redza wants in his potential championship pursuit. Called in way too early, he thinks. And now it's looking like it may be a case of championship battle over if he can't clear the other drivers here. Shazren Redza is going to go at it at Bembe. I am not going to be surprised if Shazren Redza is somewhat frustrated. He knows he's got a race-winning car. He knows he has a car that could win the Split 8 championship right here at Sepang. But the strategy calls have not been very well for Shazren. Shazren just needs that sliver of chances, opportunities. Can he make a move down the inside? Yes, he does. Let's see if he can finally clear Bembe. But Bembe has the inside line off of turn 10. Shazren Redza, he needs to take it easy into turn 11 here. Don't make the same mistake some of the other drivers here. It's literal pack racing here at the back. As you can see here, Gibbens and Bauer still on each of their own leagues. Yamamoto and Kayama trade blows again. You can see here Mead trying to find a way past Bembe. Shazren Redza finally might just be able to clear Bembe. Back up to 16. But he really needs to clear these cars that are currently in front. Down the inside, Shazren Redza against John Mead. John Mead finally pits. Shazren Redza might just want to try to use that opportunity to get as much lap time as possible. Looking into lap time differences, it's currently losing 3 seconds a lap. Not looking good for the Malaysian here as he tries to find a way into the Split 8 title, which is increasingly closing down. Michael Turner, we can't stop talking about his performances enough. Looking at Michael Turner, he has had to do a P15 start and is now looking to try to get past Crystal Salaman on the outside using superior Lexus grip on the outside line. There's contact between the 08 and the 12. Crystal Salaman had to back off there. Turner had more pace than him. Turner is now inside the top 5. Shazren Redza now finally being able to clear Suri Kayumov here at a whim here, but Kayumov is going to try to fight back. Shazren Redza has the inside line into turn 9. Will there be contact? No, there will be not. Shazren Redza might just be able to defend to his current 14th place, but only just Kayumov too far to mount any possible threats against Shazren. Kayumov. You can see here Kurwisha making a mistake that allows Shazren Redza to get up to 13th place. The Shazren Redza now believes the time is now to set fast lap times. Before Gibbens and Bauer go to the pits, he's gonna try to eke out an advantage as much as he can. Kaczynski 207s after he has pitted. And looking into some of the Lexus drivers who haven't pitted just yet, they might be lapping at around the 209s. Shazren Redza looking to find some more time as he now tries to set his sights on Miyamoto. Meanwhile, Kayumov and Kurwisha going side by side. For the battle for the final two positions here, Mead's currently down in 17th place. No chance for him to win Display A title at this position. Salman holding on to 6th place as well as he can. Gibbens with a 205.6, not being able to literally Gibbens with this fastest lap of this race, even at this type of tire, is not looking very well for Shazren Redza's title chances. He's doing everything he can to be in it to fight Gibbens and Bauer, but it's not forthcoming just yet. Bauer is having to deal with the lap car of John Mead, and it just gets even better for Gibbens. The split A season, the split B season finale at Suzuka last year, Gibbens gets held up by a slower car in front who refuses to yield. And now we have Daniel Bauer gets stuck by a lap car. Shazren Redza gets stuck by a lap car. John Mead being being almost a non-factor in this race. This would mean that Calvin Gibbons might just be able to cruise his way into a split A title if things continue. Dive bomb down the inside, quite aggressive there for Daniel Bauer, as is expected. His aggressive driving style suiting the Lexus pretty well in this day and time. Shazren Redza finally coming close into Miyamoto. All he needs is a good exit off of turn 15, but that wouldn't bother him. Shazren Redza now has clean air. He's gonna try to seize the opportunity as much as he can. A 207.535, he definitely has a better lap time than when he was stuck behind traffic by 5 seconds. Great stuff there from Shazren as he tries to build something back to Gibbons and Bauer. The pit stop delta looking to be 40 to 50 seconds. Right now Shazren Redza is down by 1 minute and 30 seconds, so that's not going to do him any favors. Meanwhile, as of the intervals, there's still some juicy racing happening. Gibbons crossing to the finish line to complete 19 laps of this race. Lap 20 have just begun. Daniel Bauer with for all of the other championship protagonists. Gibbons is looking to run away with the Split A title here in Sepang. We're going to be taking a short break on lap 23, just a heads up to everyone here, just to rest the throat just a bit and to take a short break. Fumi coming into pit. Sakaiji Mikolev's car already brought back into the pit lane. Mikolev having a pretty subpar season at the moment. He's currently mid-table, and as it stands, he's going to drop down even further down the line. Coming out of his Hofumi, he's looking to have some clean air, and due to Shazren Redza being stuck behind traffic, Fumi is going to actually finish be ahead of Shazren Redza at the end of things. A lot of things Shazren Redza is currently rowing at the moment, and right now Fumi have just exited barely ahead of Haato. Fumi's gonna try to use this strategy to his advantage, and now Fumi looking to try to find that Nissan into the top spot for the first time in 2023 for both splits. He's gonna try to have his luck again. Sorry, Kayama finally coming to pit. Salman still keeping tabs of Michael Turner. They're 1.3 seconds behind, so right now it's looking pretty decent. Gibbons 2:05. Daniel Bauer looks to be at 2:10. Gibbons is still currently uncontested as it stands. 2:08, 2:69 personal best for Mead. For Bauer, he's lost 3 seconds to Count Gibbons. Gibbons is literally riding in this race here. Michael Turner finally coming into pit this lap, lap 21. Salman currently back up to 4th, currently the best Honda in the field. Man, looking into the first year performances of this ASCII Honda, it has been very promising for Salman up to this point. Representing a Hololive member who is currently breaking out into the Hololive scene, he's doing very well to bring that Honda to a good effect, to a good position, bringing the ASCII Honda to a good position of representation. Salman have yet to pit, and right now the gap between the top three is almost insurmountable. Lawrence Haato also coming into pit as Michael Turner exits. Coming out of pit, he is actually ahead of Raji Kaczynski, crucially, who has been having issues against Kaminari Riba losing touch to Kaczynski. Kaczynski manages to have 9th place. Shazren Redza gets up to 11th place, but at this point, Shazren Redza just feels like the championship is over at this rate. The strategy call hasn't been very good. He's currently down in 11th place, where he should be competing inside the top 5. He's absolutely ruined this day. Lexus having a pretty solid season up to this point. You can see here Bauer still trying to find a way clear of John Mead, and he now finally gets to clear him, but at a cost. He's now 18 seconds behind Gibbons. And now in front of me and Bauer is Miyamoto. So looking at this one, Miyamoto has got into a bit of an understeering position there into turn 1, into turn 2. Bauer tries to find a way past. No way through. Hector Bembe was out of points, now inside 13th place, but remember, he has yet to pit. So does Robert Croatia. Because Salman finally coming into the pits, he's expected to lose at least 3 positions and has battled with Michael Turner. Currently, Michael Turner is at the exit of turn 14. Lap 23 is about to begin, and our next break comes a bit soon. We're gonna go back live on. We're gonna go back into commentary on lap 24. Piquet with Leo also coming into his pit stop as well. Michael Turner. Salman finally exiting the pit lane. Will it be enough for Salman to eke out an advantage? Michael Turner is in the main straight. Is in the front stretch. Salman is about to exit the pit lane. It's gonna be pretty close. Both Raji Kaczynski and Crystal Salman, behind Michael Turner. Salman have lost 2 positions. Kaczynski doing very well there in this undercut strategy. Kaminari Riba also coming into pit. Shazren Redza gets back into the top 10, but feels like it's almost meaningless at this point if he's not in a winning position. Given how Gibbons and Bauer are in the top 2, and Gibbons is in a guaranteed spot to win the Split A title. Reba exits the pit lane. Not exactly too far of Kayumov at the moment here. You can see here Kayumov having a personal best lap time. Miyamoto giving Bauer a lot of troubles here. There's a lot of infighting between the drivers within the same car manufacturers here. Anyways, we're on lap 23 at the moment, so we're going to take a short break here. We'll see you on lap 24 as we are currently going to take a short pause. Halfway stage of this Sepang 500 Split A race complete. Gallon Gibbens just has some rough housing between himself and Haato. Before still able to continue in this race. You can see here Fabio Mendes have already pitted from the top 5. His time to pit has now come and gone. He's now down in 10th place. Shazren Redza now behind Ryu. Obviously, both Malaysians currently in 8th and 9th. Shazren Redza looking to find a way past the Sakamata Chloe Honda, if he can. Shazren Redza currently 9th place, trying to find a way past Ryu here, but it's not forthcoming for him. Salman not cooperating with Shazren Redza hurts for one, which actually compounded into him being stuck behind traffic after his first pit stop. Kazuki and Turner in a position of where both of them might just have to do battle. Right, Kazuki against Turner. Turner on the defensive end, Kazuki on the attacking end. Right now, both of them are matching each other. Shazren Redza against Ryu. Is it going to be close enough? Well, we don't know for sure, but right now, Shazren Redza looking to find a way past Ryu to at least be in a position where he can still fight for the overall championship. Because right now, it's not looking good for Shazren. For the point standings, even if the split season is about to be over, there is still going to be the split battle. There's going to be the overall and knockout championship that you need to contend with. Right now, Shazren Redza. We're still stuck though. We're still stuck behind Ryu, which is not doing himself any favors. Kaczynski. Getting close to Michael Turner, but nothing comes of it. We still have a few drivers who have yet to pit. In particular, we are talking about Croatia, Bembe, Mead and Miyamoto have swapped places once again, fighting for the silver spoon. And we have Gibbens, Bauer, and Allgore, who have also yet to pit. The Lexus drivers are really going long. Remember, Miyamoto is the only Lexus who have made a pit stop up to this point, and right now they're currently battling between each other for the final 2 positions, the final 2 currently running positions. Fumi is still trying to set up a pretty decent lap time as it stands here. You can see the gap between Olgor and Fumi are absolutely huge. And Gibbens stuck behind Kamina, what should be behind Bauer and Haato, Hector Bemba and all this. Oh, there's contact between the 64 and the 16, and that is actually going to harm Bemba's position inside 12th place because he's now been overtaken by Suharto. Daniel Bauer stuck behind the lap car of Kaminari Reba. We are looking into the current situation here at the moment. We're looking at all the drivers almost up to down to from 11 down on from 11th onwards. They are all considered to be a lap down of the leader. Remember, Callum Gibbons have yet to pit. Same goes for Olgor and Bauer. For Rim Olgor, he's done very well to bring that Subaru car back into the podium positions. Bauer roughhousing himself roughhousing himself with Kaminari Reba outside. Will it be the inside? And as you can see here, Miyamoto and Mead battle it out once again. He has the inside line. Fumi's gap between himself and Olgor have not changed. But right now, Fumi, let's look at Olgor's lap time, 2:07.545. We're going to need to take a look back at where Fumi's lap times will stand. Fumi is currently carrying the Nissan Hopes of Split A, currently the best hope at the moment, even though he's currently in the bottom 5 in the Split A standings and also inside the overall standings. Fumi isn't giving up at this point. He still has a championship that he needs to contend with. Will he be able to get up there? That will be a big question. No pit stop maneuvers for the Lexus cars. Will it pay handsomely? Because we have these drivers who have already pitted. And right now, Fumi is slowly closing in onto Olgor, who is also closing in onto Bauer again. Then again, Bauer's currently losing a lot of time to Callum Gibbons. So let's take a look into the gaps behind the leader. Only 10 drivers have currently served only 5 drivers have yet to serve their pit stops here. We haven't seen much change at the moment. Except here, Robert Croatia is currently being overtaken by Juan Suharto. No changes here, no one coming into the pits. Gibbons and Gibbons still setting 2:05.7s. That's a lot of race pace there for the number 64 Lexus. Talk about high spec. Back into the intervals here at the moment. As you can see here, Olgor's closing into Bauer slowly but surely. Gibbons is still having this race under control. Only a major freak accident is going to happen if that is going to reel Gibbons in. Bauer finally coming into the pits. He has had enough of the lap cars not cooperating with him. But then again, Rim Olgor is also responding by pitting in the same lap as him. So any strategy battle will be neutered. Because both of them are using the same pit strategy. Look at Hofumi right now. He's currently barreling down the main straight with back straight with no one blocking him. Let's see if Fumi can steal a podium position or two. Olgor just getting out of the pit lane. Bauer's at the end of the pit lane at the moment. He might be able to steal second place. Fumi and Olgor might just be in a battle between themselves. Fumi having the straight line speed, but it's not going to be enough. Fumi exits only 2 seconds behind Olgor, but that's going to shrink down to maybe just under a second. With Fumi having the warmer tires, he might just be able to have a slipstream move to get up into the podium positions. Split A Championship. As it stands, Gibbens will be the winner in this Split A kerfuffle. He's currently at 525 points. This win will put him up to 725. Shazren Redza has to pit again for some reason. I think there is a current issue because he has currently mistimed his pit, because he has currently miscalculated his fuel flow. Another chapter of disappointment for Shazren Redza. First it was him being stuck behind Salomon, then he had to be stuck behind slower traffic which he wasn't able to pass, and now it just gets even worse for him as he's now dropped down to 11th. Redza has to be fuming at the moment. The fuel flow, it just didn't make any sense. Feels like he's having a very bad night here in Sepang. Despite winning here in his first outing, it's not looking rosy for him as he is looking at his chances of winning the Split A title in Hololive GT3 slip away, and his spot inside the top 5 slip away as well. Shazren Redza coming into this race, he believes he's got what it takes to beat Bauer and Gibbens, but then this race has been unfolding. It has been a bad to worse session for this Malaysian. Obviously, having equaled the record for most amount of wins in Hololive GT3 himself and Putri Farah Kamal, but still winless in 2023. Even though he's doing his best to get himself back into a winning position, it's just not working out at the moment. Callan Gibbons finally coming into the pits. After that pit stop, Shazren Redza has gone down a lap, obviously, but any chance of Shazren Redza trying to win this race have now come and gone. As you can see here, Shazren Redza gets his lap back. Multiple drivers get their laps back after Gibbons coming into the pits. Daniel Bauer is still very far out into the racetrack. Gibbons will exit the pit lane uncontested. Daniel Bauer has yet to pit, by the way. Wait, no, Daniel Bauer has already pitted. So I think that's the last drivers who have pitted here, coming into 30 laps of running here in this race. The exception of Croatia and Bembe, who are still out on track. Gibbons gets out with a healthy 1 minute and 13 second gap. If this continues, this might just be the most dominant victory by any driver in Hololive GT3 history. And to Callan Gibbons, he thinks he earns it. He has definitely stomped the field in one of the 3 races so far, and is looking to make it 2 of the 4 races with this race here in Sepang. Again, me and Miyamoto side by side between each other here. The battle for the last spots here. Miyamoto just has the slight advantage here. This time Gibbons might just want to steal a bit of something. We'll have to wait and see. The gap between Gibbons and Bauer, 31 seconds. But as long as Gibbons finishes inside the podium position, he's A-OK to win the Split A Championship. And heading into the next 4 rounds of the season, Gibbons will have the major advantage to everyone else. But remember, the knockout format has drivers earn more than double the points if they win. Hector Bembe against Sergey Karimov. Robert Kursha finally coming into the pits. Michael Turner, 5th place at the moment, doing very well to be in this position. He started 15, gains 10 position. He's got to be one of the drivers you got to applaud. Kursha is in the pit lane as it stands, currently having his car serviced. It's going to take a long while though. Finally he gets out, last place amongst the 17 cars still running in this race. Shazren Redza looking to find a way past Haato. Will he make the aggressive dive bomb? Yes, he does, and he makes it P10 for him. Shazren Redza is still fuming. He knows he's got an opportunity wasted, but Haato is not giving him a moment's peace. As you can see here, Shazren Redza tries to hang on to 10th place, but Haato with a switchback move. The outside line at turn 9 becomes the inside line at turn 10. So they just couldn't be able to capitalize on that corner. Then we move down the outside. The answer is going to be yes. Well, as Shazren Redza has a pretty good exit there off of turn 14 to see if he can find a way past Haato at turn 15. Nissan powers kicking in. Desperate moves not working for Shazren Redza. He's currently down in 11th, and he knows he's currently having his race to lose, and he's currently losing that. And obviously Haato not giving him any breathing room for him to get past. Really just shows you that no one is gonna be on your back in these 1v1 scenarios. It's one man for himself, and currently he's having a hard time. Cal Gibbens finally gets clear of John Mead, who is currently a lap down. Shazren Redza looking to find an opportunity to get past Kursha. Well, he already got past Kursha, so sorry about that. He's looking to find a way past Haato with a good exit off of turn 6. A dive bomb at turn 7 and 8. Looking to try to shuffle Haato, but Haato is a bit unfazed. He's not close enough. We're going to take a ship into the other drivers here to see where they end up. As it stands, Shazren Redza's run inside the top 5, and maybe his run inside the top 10 is coming to an end. He finished 3rd at Fuji, 4th in Tsukuba, and 2nd at Motegi. And now in his home race in Malaysia, he's looking to finish outside the top 10 if he doesn't get a move on against Haato. The Nissan's really performing well on the straight. Remember, they are doing very bad at corners. So you can see here how much Shazren Redza have closed the gap back onto Haato using the slingshot move here. Miyamoto have gone past Kaminai Riba for position here, but Riba has the straight line speed of that Nissan. Miyamoto tries to move around the outside of turn 13 and 14. Now Riba is gonna try to fight back. And looking at the driver behind the two is Count Gibbens. If Gibbons is unable to clear the 2 cars in front, that is Riba and Miyamoto, that's going to cause a lot of problems for him. But it's not going to cause too much problems for Bauer, because Bauer's catching up. It was at 31 seconds, is now at 28. Shazren Redza looking to find a way past Haato. Getting very close there to Haato. Will it be enough? He's peeling down the inside. He's gonna try to make a move down the inside. He's gonna try to shuffle one Haato offline. And finally, Shazren Redza manages to get himself back inside the top 10. Top 10 streak looks to continue. And looking back, Shazren Redza has made a mistake at the inside line. That allows Haato to steal 10th place back. It's not going to plan for Shazren Redza. It's not going to plan for the Lunites. It's not going to plan for him or Luna either. Shazren Redza is absolutely frustrated at this point at the moment. And you can see here going very wide there at turn 14 to force a move. But look at what Haato, he's at a poor exit of turn 14. Shazren Redza might have indirectly made a slingshot move, but it's probably gonna come to nothing due to the Nissan's straight line advantage. Will Shazren Redza make a move down the inside? Yes, he does! P10 again for Shazren Redza, but once Haato might have something to say about it, the gap is only about 0.2 of a second, I think, between the two. Once Haato is closing in one by one now. You can see here's Haato diving down the inside of Shazren Redza. No, he does not. Shazren Redza hangs on to 10th. Now Shazren Redza is going to try his best to limit the damage in this overall standings. The split championship might just well be over for him. It's just a case of bad luck after bad luck after bad luck after bad luck for him. Having to be stuck behind Salman once again. Tries to go for the undercut. Gets stuck behind traffic. Then has to make a second pit stop due to miscalculated fuel loads. And now Shazren Redza down in 10th place. He has to be frustrated after what should be a very tough season. What should be a very topsy-turvy season is not looking very good for Shazren. Cal and Gibbens have finally cleared both Kaminari Riba and Makoto John Mead. Now he's currently stuck behind Miyamoto. We're going to take a short break again by lap 34, lap 35, and we're going to return the lap after due to throat resting. So anyways, I want to give you all a recap. Shazren Redza, after starting inside the third row in 6th place, is now dropped down to 10th place after some very terrible amounts of bad luck. But at the same time, credit to Gibbens and Bauer for them to keep on trying. And right now, Gibbens is in a best case scenario to win the Split A championship. Looking at Kyle Gibbens' season, he has been very, very amazing. If you want to take a look at what he has done, it has been nothing short of impressive. Last race at Motegi, he at least limited the damage quite well. He finished 3rd. Tsukuba, he won the race outright. And in Sepang, he wrong race. Cal Gibbons finishes 2nd. He has had a 1st, a 2nd, and a 3rd. That's why he is currently sitting at 525 points. His current average finish is 2, and looks to increase to 1.6 at this rate. It has been an amazing season for Callum Gibbons, and it's going to be very hard for him to lose this split championship now. Speaking of which, Mead against Riba, getting very close there. Shazren Redza is closing into Fabio Mendes here. We are going to take a short break once lap 35 begins. Just a bit of a confirmation here. Kaczynski closing into Michael Turner here. Both of them having very good races here, especially for Michael Turner. We did mention before he started 15. He's now up to 5th, 10 positions gained. So amazing stuff for him. Gibbens exiting the final corner. You can see here Kaczynski and Turner having a very good battle here. We're going to take a short break. We'll be returning on lap 36, which will be our final stretch of commentary for tonight, to witness what should be a cracking final quarter of this race. Back in Suzuka here in the Sepang 500 Split A race, the split season finale of the Split A of Hololive GT3 Japan Series 2023. Bauer is now having to deal with lap cars himself, and speaking of which, looking into the battles between himself and Rim Olgor, looking at Olgor have now closed up to Bauer. The battle for third, or the battle for second, might just still be on. No change inside the top three, as in no changes inside the top two, but with Shazren Redza having a lackluster race up to this point, and looking into some of the other drivers performing very well, that Shazren might just be able to lose third in the driver standings. Oh, we're gonna have to wait and see. Not going to plan for some, going to plan for others, especially for Gibbens. We do want to reiterate, he's currently inside the required position to win the championship. Daniel Bauer having an amazing breakout season up to this point. Let's not ignore his achievements as well. Bauer winning the Fuji Split A race in Hololive GT3. He was in it in Tsukuba. Well, he hasn't been in it as much in Motegi, but he is there. to basically pick up the scraps. And right now, looking into the chances that he has at the moment, Bauer has gotta be very proud of his run so far. Representing an underrepresented member in Yozo Ramel, but that's gotta be something good for him. Meanwhile, Olgord trying to find a way past Kurwisha. The Subaru car clears the Takane Loi car, and he's doing very well. John Mead barreling down the main straight, trying to find a way past Riba. Not quite close enough. Daniel Bauer, the fastest lap this race so far, 2:05.644. The lap time targets have been met after all. We only have about 10 laps to go here in Sepang. 36 laps complete off of 46. Bauer needs to hope that Gibbons lose 3 seconds a lap compared to Bauer, as he's currently still being stuck behind the lap traffic of Makoto Miyamoto. Miyamoto is currently not giving Gibbons an easy chance to seal the title, but then again, Gibbons doesn't need to worry too much. He's still in a position where he can automatically win the Split A title, given that he's currently in the podium positions. Will he make a move down the outside? Not quite close enough here. You can see here Bauer really closing in on Gibbons here at the moment. The gap's now dropped down to 27 seconds. Meanwhile, as the situation is developing, let's talk about Hololive City, with one of the recent collaborations between, I believe, the Tokyo Metro development company with Hololive, if I'm not mistaken. They basically try to provide a Hololive City experience to people coming into Tokyo, which is very good in terms of like nationwide programs. As far as nationwide programs are concerned, 2:08.744 for Callum Gibbons here. He's still trying to find a way past. Miyamoto. Back to Hololive City. There's also Hololive Airline, which gives Hololive fans an airline experience they cannot forget. Meanwhile, Kazuki and Fumi trading blows here. Now Hofumi coming down the inside. Will he make a move down into the final corner? Not quite close enough. Will there be a nudging in front? Will Fumi use that engine to good effect? On the inside line. Not quite close enough. Kaczynski's 4th place to hang on. Kaczynski having a very good run here in Sepang. Doing very well for Yusuke Choco there. A Choco Mail 2-4 is currently guaranteed. Meanwhile, Gibbons is still having some issues with lap car, but now Daniel Bauer's having lap car issues of his own. He's currently stuck behind John Mead and Robert Kurwisha, which is not going to do him any favors. Bauer against Mead. Bauer finally clears Mead. Now Bauer has his eyes set on Riba. Apologies, it's not Kurwisha, it's Riba. Anyways, Riba, the gap between himself and Miyamoto is only 29 seconds, which is literally the gap between Gibbons and Bauer now. It is incredibly imperative for Bauer to clear clear Riba as soon as possible. Gaps open up between the 46 and the 66, but now it's going to close down rapidly. Not enough. Coming into the final stages of this race, and Gibbons just has this race under control. Nothing is going against his way, and now Bauer is being under pressure from lost title contender Mead. That might not do Bauer any favors here at the moment. As you can see here, behind Daniel Bauer is actually Rim Olgor, who's looking to sniff his way into second place. We're looking at the situation that's developing at the moment here. Right now, Olgor is looking very confident that he might just be able to steal second place from Bauer. Night falls very deep here in Sepang, Malaysia. We are going to be coming into 39 laps complete. Now Callum Gibbons have cleared Miyamoto. He still needs to clear the Lapless Darkness car of Seri Karimov. So Gibbons finally getting to clear Miyamoto is a good sign for Gibbons for him to secure his second win of 2023 in Hololive GT3. And Gibbons, no problems for Gibbons, but there's a problem for Karimov as Karimov gets involved into a half spin. That allows Miyamoto to probably sneak, probably find a chance to steal 12th place. Michael Turner against Fumi. Fumi's definitely lost touch to Kaczynski there from Fumi. Of course, one of the few drivers who have pitted quite early in this race are now suffering a lot of performance fade as their tires are getting worn out. Kaczynski stuck behind another lap car of Croatia, who's currently out of the points. Looking at Olgo, who's now looking to find a way clear of Mead and Riba. Finally being disposed of by Bauer. Bauer looking to open up the gap between himself and Olgor. The podium position might just have to be settled by then. And as you can see here, Olgor trying to go into the inside line against Mead. Olgo with a very good exit off of the turn 2 to finally clear Mead. A lap car is definitely influencing this race. 7 laps to go here in the Sepang 500 Split A title decider. The split season finale of Hololive GT3 Split A. And currently Gibbons in a position to win the Split A championship. Obviously we still have 4 races to go with the knockout format, but remember, the knockout format, you can earn twice the amount of points if you can get into the main race, and if you can get a win in the knockout format, you will be getting 400 points. 400 points sure is a lot indeed. And right now, Olgor, oh, you can see here there's been a contact between Olgor and me. I think broke way too late here, and that I think caused a good amount of damage there on Olgor, but I think it's looking very fine here. You can see here more battles between Fumi and Turner. It's now a Lexus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lexus Stronghold really showing up here in Sepang. 6 laps to go in this Sepang 500 Split A race. There's still some twists and turns going on, even if the Split A championship is done and dusted. In the best case scenario possible for Callum Gibbons, 725 points. He will exit this. He will leave this race. And as it stands, looking into the points earned by everyone else, he might also be able to win the overall Split Championship as well. Remember, Vladislav Domashnev only has 480 points in Split B, and even if Domashnev wins tomorrow night on Sunday, he's going to be 680, and with Callum Gibbons winning here in Sepang, he will get 725. So it's going to be a double championship for Callum Gibbons, as he's going to try to bring this Roboco car to championship glory. It's going to be mathematically impossible for any driver to have the overall championship at this rate if Gibbens continue his run of form. Gibbens currently unstoppable at the moment. 32 seconds the gap between himself and Bauer. He's looking to beat the record for the most dominant win in Hololive GT3. He's looking into some of the statistics here. We haven't had this dominant win since October 2022 when we had Ben Ripton driving the number 96 Sakamata Chloe car win by 30 seconds over Sean Pauli. And that's in a qualifying race. And that has only been equaled in Tsukuba by Cal Gibbons against Raiji Kaczynski in second. Cal Gibbons, what can you say about him? He is... Okay, admittedly, he is a guy who prefers Nijisanji over Hololive. He is a fan of Folger Ovid in Nijisanji's English department. He's definitely a big fan. He has had his song Legatus 505 as his song of choice. Then again, in their case, Folger Ovid is similar to Roboco as they're both machine-based. Folger Ovid is a cyborg, Roboco is a full-on high-spec robot. But that one, with this matching theme, it's literally just a match made in heaven. He has only won 3 Hololive races, Hololive GT3 races up to this point. 1 for Ozora Subaru, 1 for Nakiri Ayame, and 1 for Roboco. The record for most wins, record for wins under the most virtual YouTuber, under the most virtual YouTubers represented. He's looking to be in the record books, to be amongst the greats of Muhammad Shazren Redza and Putri Farah Kamal with 4 wins total in Hololive GT3. But of course, he still has a few laps left to deal with, and he just needs to put his car in a safe position. Oh, contact between Warren Haato and Callum Gibbons. Shazren Redza have closed his gap to Fabio Mendes, but I think it's gonna be pretty much a no question at this point. Shazren Redza is not going to be able to catch up at this rate. Turner and Kaczynski going side by side at the exit of turn 7 and 8. Kaczynski now up to 4th place, puts Turner back down to 5th. 32.9 seconds, the gap between Callum Gibbons and Daniel Bauer. Both of them are on clean air at the moment, and as it stands, Gibbons will have the most dominant win in Hololive GT3 at Sepang here. Gibbons currently in a position where he can definitely win this Play Championship with much comfort. Michael Turner 5th place against Raijin Kaczynski. Will it be imaginative for him? Will he be close enough? The answer is no. Still single file between these drivers here as we're really getting into the conclusion phase of this race. Croatia and Reba fighting for the final points positions here right at this stance. 15 gives you 1 point, 16 gives you none, and behind them is a Lexus battle between Kaczynski and Turner. It's gonna be who's gonna blink first between these two drivers. Obviously, Reba and Croatia are already a lap down. Kaczynski and Turner are still on the lead lap. The battle inside the podium positions are definitely settled at this point. Meanwhile, Ryu and Salman have a battle on their own. Salman is still stuck behind Hector Bentbed down in 17th place. So it's gonna be a massive battle here. Gibbens with the fastest lap, 2:05.252. Gibbens is literally unstoppable. He is literally showing no signs of backing it down. He is now hold a gap to 33 seconds. We cannot believe this. We've seen dominant races before in Hololive GT3. We haven't seen this much dominance yet. Bauer now losing track to Gibbens by one by one. You can see here Allgore closing into Bauer just a bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough for Allgore to steal second place away from Bauer. It's over as a contest, the Split A Championship and the overall Split Championship. Gibbens is going to be on course to win both on the same night with this amazing drive. He's going to be the first driver in Hololive GT3, at least this season, to win more than one race. Nothing short of stunning, honestly. And now Fumi getting into the mix, the battle for fourth. You can see here Fumi now getting close to Michael Turner and Raiji Kaczynski. Battle for fourth is not over yet. And the battle for what should be 12th place is also not over yet. The battle for 16th place, 15th place might also not be over yet. You can see here Kaczynski around the outside of Michael Turner here to steal fourth place again. And now Kaczynski needs to try to find a way past Robert Kurisha in 16th place. Well, you can see a lot of these cars are already second hand. You can see here Michael Turner trying to find a way past Kaczynski. Now Michael Turner trying to find a way past Kaczynski. So you can see here Kaczynski tries to make a pass that didn't work. No unnecessary contacts here. Fumi not far behind. Just wanted to check on Isakaji Mikolev. Oh man, Isakaji Mikolev spun out on the first lap here. Not looking good for him as he's currently consolidated last place. But the battle, as we mentioned, is not over yet between 4th, 5th, and 6th, 15th and 16th, and what should be P7 and also P12. Well, that's what we should have said had Kayumov not been able to pull a gap against Miyamoto. We are now on the penultimate lap of this race, and it's been nothing short of dominant. It has been an amazing display for Gibbens to win 35 seconds ahead of second place, and lapping again half the field. But then again, this is Sepang, so it's actually a pretty interesting feat. Relio and Crystal Salman about to start lap 45. They have 2 laps of Sepang racing left. Salman just needs to defend 7th place against Relio on the offensive. Bauer just looking into the race that could have been. Gibbons literally unstoppable. Just gonna get a short pause here at the moment because I might get a message from somewhere. Back into the current issues here at the moment here, looking into Gibbons, 36 seconds ahead of Daniel Bauer. Final lap has officially begun. Gibbons looking back into what should have been a very amazing season. As we mentioned, second place at Fuji, a win at Tsukuba, a third place at Motegi, and a win here at Sepang more or less guarantees both the Split A and overall Split Championships for the 2023 Hololive GT3 Japan Series Split A season. Shazren Redza applause for trying something, applause for trying everything in the book. It just hasn't gone to plan for Shazren. Try as he might, it just isn't his day here in Sepang. At least in Hololive GT3. He's gonna have to come back later he's gonna have to come back stronger, especially in Formula Hololive next week. And as for John Mead, not even a contest at this point. Mead has been pretty decent, but not enough in terms of being able to get into a championship winning position. Daniel Bauer did everything he could. He tries his best to challenge against a prime Gibbens that looks to be unstoppable by the minute. Cal Gibbens only has 4 corners left at Sepang in Hololive GT3 to compete with before he puts the seal on the trophy. Into turns 13 and 14, Cal Gibbens exiting the tricky double apex right-hander for the final time. Cal Gibbens has had a very amazing season. Similar, it's true to Roboco's high-spec nature. Gibbens is also high-spec on the racetrack as he looks to win for a second time in 2023 in Hololive GT3. Cal Gibbens rounds out the final quarter on what has been a dominant season for Cal Gibbens here. 2 wins in 4 races. He wins the Suzuka 500 Split A race and with it secures the Hololive GT3 Japan Series Split A Championship and the overall Split Championship. Congratulations to Cal Gibbens and Roboco. Haato seals the deal in 11th place, first driver a lap down. Kayumov will be the next driver to finish with one lap behind the leader, as does Miyamoto. Both for them having pretty decent races up to this point. We thank them for providing us with good racing. Daniel Bauer finishes behind Gibbons by 38 seconds, manages to beat Allgore by around what should be less than 5 seconds. Allgore did put up a good fight. John Mead 14th, John Mead 14th, Raj Kaczynski's looking to finish 4th. Kaminer Reba looks to finish, being the last driver to finish inside the points here. You can see Michael Turner, hopefully finally clearing Robert Kurosha, who's looking to have another day without points. Turner finishes 5th, Fumi 6th. From 15th place, Turner has to be given a medal for that. Driver of the day in terms of positions gained from the start. Crystal Salomon will finish 7th. Greeley will finish 8th in his first race in Sepang at home. Hector Bembe seals 17th in his Hololive GT3 Japan Series debut. Fabio Mendes finishes 9th, and Shazren Redza will be the last to cross the line on what has been a forgettable night for Shazren, given that he's won this race before in this Luna Honda. With the race concluded, we can now finally get ourselves a look into what should be the final race results for here in Sepang tonight. Looking into the session here, Cal Gibbens with an amazing run, 38 seconds over Daniel Bauer is something to behold. A dominant race all around. Cal Gibbens, congratulations for him for his championship win, for his Split A win, well, his Split Championship win, both overall and Split A. Daniel Bauer finishes 2nd for Yosura Meltrizi. Gibbens has been unstoppable. Rim Allgore 3rd for Ozoras Baru. A good result for the Subatomo. Raji Kaczynski 4th for Yusuke Choko, and Michael Turner rounds up what should be a dominant display for the Lexus cars. Hopefully for Hotoki Nosora, 6th place. Crystal Salomon for ASCII, another top 10 for him. He finishes 7th. Ryu 8th for Sakamata Chloe. First race in Malaysia for the Malaysian here in 8th. Fabio Mendes 9th in Sepang, doing very well there for Hakui Koiri. Shazren Redza, it's a what could have been race for him as he rules on lots of missed chances here. He finishes 10th. Well, it's far to 11th for Shiranui Flare. Suri Kayumo 12th for Laplace Darkness. It's a Nissan 11 and 12. Makoto Miyamoto 13th for Sodamaki Watame. After starting outside of the points, he did very well. John Mead 14th, last of the title contenders, just isn't there, unfortunately. For Hakai Haato, he did very well though, at least to lift spirits up for Haatons, who are still missing. Akai Haato, who is still not yet returned to streaming. Kaminari Reba, last guy inside the points, finishes in the last points position. 1 point gain for Omar Polka. It's Hololive 16th and 17th for the Takani Loy and Kazama Iroha cars. Robert Kurisha for Takani Loy and Hector Bembe for Kazama Iroha in 17th. Sakaji Mikalev could not complete one lap as he spun out of the race. Unfortunate case for the Mikopi. So we're gonna need to intermission just a bit to get this replay save, just to record what is going on with all this. If you want to know my thoughts about this race, it's got everything. It's got passing opportunities, it's got battles left, right, and center. It's disappointing to see a lot of drivers have bad luck, especially for Shazren Redza, who have missed out on what should be a clear-cut chance to win this race. So we're gonna have this race result properly, championship standings properly done and dusted, at least for Split A and for Split A. We have confirmation. Cal Gibbons 725 points. He is unstoppable, and by unstoppable I mean literally unstoppable in his right. Just wanted to check if the window is available or not. Just a bit of a issue here with one of the I just gonna need to check if we could get the right window here. Okay, so here's the window here, showing you all of the final Split A championship standings. As we've mentioned, Cal Gibbons, with an amazingly dominant season, sits at 725 points in the final Split A standings. Daniel Bauer extends his lead over Shazren Redza, currently at 487. Roger Kaczynski jumps up to 5th place against John Mead. And then we have Rim Olgor jumping up to 6th against Crystal Salmaman after Olgor gets his 3rd place finish. And then we have Michael Turner, Ri Liu, and Isakaji Mikalev rounding out the top 10. Especially for Ri Liu, as he manages to beat Isakaji Mikalev, jumps out to 9th place. Makoto Miyamoto and Ho Fumi are in 11 and 12. As for Fumi, he jumps up to 12 after he has a pretty good run inside the top 5. Fabio Mendez, Hector Bembe, Iraq Burkiriksa, Hololive cars currently in 13th, 14th, and 15th. Sari Kayamov, Wawan Haato, Sari Kayamov, and Kaminari Reba. 5 Nissans down in the bottom 5 positions in the Split A Championship. But just remember, it's not the end of the Split A. It's not the end for them. Remember, 4 rounds to go, and those 4 rounds are the knockout rounds. Anything goes for anyone here to make a comeback throughout the rest of the season. Let's just hope it's the case. And with that out of the way, I'm Shazren Redza, and hopefully everyone has been enjoying this race here in Sepang. We wish everyone the best, and hopefully everyone is able to tune into tomorrow's race. But what's this? I heard that we are almost getting something. So we just want to show you the overall trophy. Obviously, there's not much difference here, but we did our best here. So anyways, here is the trophy for Callum Gibbons. We already shown the trophy for the Split A the Split A championship. Here's the trophy for the overall championship. This one goes to Callum Gibbons. He absolutely deserves his spot in the top echelons of Hololive GT3. He absolutely deserves it. He absolutely deserves it. Callum Gibbons representing Roboco, your 2023 Hololive GT3 Japan Series overall and Split champion.